All right. All right. We're here. We're here. We're here. Thank you, all of you out there who have been joining me lately as new viewers. I want to specifically I want to thank those of you who've joined me here in the last 3 months, last 6 months. There has been a wave of new viewership coming into this channel. Uh, I can explain why, or I could try to explain why. I just don't want to bore you with the details, but at the end of the day, those of you who are new and have been joining me lately, and you've become members of this channel, maybe you're a Chillin' with Uncle Bruce member, or you've gone all the way up to this gold level membership level, I thank you. There are more Gold Bagel members of this channel than any other level. There's only two levels. It's either $10 a month or $25 a month. There are more $25 a month level members than $10 level members. It's just stunning to see, but I'm grateful because you have bought in to the messaging and you've gone, you know what, for $15 a month more, I get to join this guy every morning before the show he just is starting here, and I get to join him Wednesday night for the primetime live telecast. That's as close to a free, a cheap one-on-one that you're going to get. This is worth my 15 extra bucks a month. Thank you very much, Uncle Bruce. Those of you who are looking for stock tips and trading ideas, here we are. And of course, if you're a Gold Bagel member of this channel, send me an email if you'd like to be part of the Discord chat group. You want to be part of the Discord group of this channel? I don't run it. I'm not on it. The Discord group is for you only. It's handled by viewers only, and it's for viewers of the gold level bagel member family. Let me know you'd like to become part of the Discord group. I'll send you some link information to get you there. The administrators of the chat will go, okay, this is so and so. Are they a gold bagel level? Bruce seems to think so. You can come in. If you misbehave inside that Discord group, you're out. I don't run it. I don't tell it how to react. I don't make rules over there. I'm just here on the air doing my thing. But I'm telling you guys, if you're a Gold Bagel level member and you want to be part of the Discord group to talk to each other about option writing, about what I say or indicate, you've got questions about brokerage firms you're using, or you're having difficulty concepting some kind of a trade that we're talking about, the Discord group is where you hang out and help. This is where you help each other. This is where viewers are helping viewers. Writers are helping writers understand stock option writing. This is not done very many other places, from what I understand. And I keep getting viewers of this channel, Gold Bagel members, who then have one-on-ones with me, which is also amazing. The group of people that have the most one-on-ones with me are Gold Bagel members, because they're going, this $25 a month thing this is a joke. Sitting with this guy for an hour and a half is where the money is at. And then I ask the question, well, are you on the Discord? Are you happy with it? Because I don't know how it's going over there. I'm not in there. And they say to me, this Discord channel is fantastic. It's absolutely run like a Swiss watch. And anyone who wants to become a troll in there, they're out of there so fast. You have no idea how fast people get kicked off. There are no issues to worry about in that area, which really makes me feel good, because I have so many female viewers of this channel who have enough problems in their lives being female. First of all, just being a woman in this Western world is enough of a challenge, let alone a female investor surrounded by nothing but males. It's great to have a safe place to come to. You're welcome here. You're respected here, and Discord, the same thing. So thank you all. Now, for those of you who are newbies, you haven't been here more than 3 months, 6 months, you've just joined into this channel lately, I thank you so much for trusting us and being part of us. I know you've done your due diligence. You've done some homework. You've been watching from time to time. You've maybe heard about me from someone you like or trust or know. I've been talked about to, and you've overheard my name somehow in some internet something. I don't know. And you found me. I don't know how, but you found me. It's like Doc Brown. How they found me? Any event, you're here. and you become option writers, and you're becoming option writers. You're becoming much more educated about the markets than you ever thought you would. You had no idea of all the shenanigans that are going on out there, all the nonsense that's going on out there. You kind of saw some nonsense yesterday from the Supreme Court. Did you not? Did you see a little nonsense yesterday? Well, you multiply that by 1,000-fold inside the stock market with the SEC rulings and all the insider crap that's going on, how very wealthy and very powerful entities get all kinds of ways to finagle around rules and declarations, and how short sellers don't have to report their positions, and yet if you're long stock, you have to tell us what you're doing. It's unbelievable, the nonsense and the one-sided bias that is going on in the market for the very well-to-do compared to the average individual out there. And the reason is simple. It's really simple. Why is it it's so much more difficult for retail investors to make money in the market than for the high-end sophisticates? Because you're considered dumb money. That's all it is. There is such a pretentiousness out there. Just watch television for 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 1 minute. Watch any of these financial channels and attempt to understand what the hell they're saying and what do they mean by what they're saying. They're using words and expressions that just fly over the head of everyone, and they call you dumb money because you don't understand this stuff. This is BS. These people are so full of themselves and are so comfortable in their little country club settings that they don't want to let you in. They don't want you to know what they know because now you can make money instead of them. No. This is a club that we have to allow you to listen to us. So what we'll do is we'll talk in a language that you don't understand, and that'll turn you off so quickly. And look, if you're of a certain, what's the word I'm looking for? And I don't want to be political, but how impossible is it in this world? If you're from a certain party out there, you're going to love the media. You're going to love the big media that's out there because it's just all about the messaging. But if you're from the other side and you're in a house that is not 2,500 square feet or larger, you're in a 1,200 square foot house, you're in an apartment that's 600 to 1,000 square feet and not 2,000 square feet in size, you're in a postal code that is not known as the high-end part of town postal code. That's where most of you are out there. That's where most of people are. You're part of the 80% out there that are working your butts off, following the rules, buying into the dream of the end game. I have bad news for you guys. The top 20 percentile, the top 10, the top 3, a majority of them, not every single last one of them, because I don't want to do that. That's not fair. But a majority of the very high end up there don't need any more joiners, okay? We have enough. The country club is full. Our neighborhood here with our gated communities and our armed security guards and the beautiful paved roads that we have and the wonderful garbage pickup we have and the discreet landscapers in our neighborhood. We have enough of these folks. We have enough neighbors around here. We really don't need new joiners. And so you people, the rest of you people, you go and enjoy your lives and work hard and raise your families and go out there and multiply and keep buying our products, our overpriced products, and keep tolerating our price increases and keep paying more for less, so that we can continue to live the lifestyle we have, and we'll go from there. I was watching some Instagram things yesterday, and I love watching these. I got my YouTuber, like you guys. I click along from time to time, I need to just kind of take a break from the world at large and just kind of veg. So I'll just click and watch some short videos. And occasionally I'll go down a rabbit hole and I'll kind of start watching certain stuff. And I caught some yesterday that really made me smile and made me kind of nod my head and go, yeah, that's right. It had to do with a series of short videos that I was watching that were like a minute long, if that. It wasn't on TikTok, by the way. It was on Instagram. I think I was trapped in an Instagram loop of some kind. Uh, and it had to do with wealth. It had to do with people who are successful financially. And there were a series of individuals who were being asked, can you explain the difference between people who are wealthy and those who are not? Can you give us a general? And this was, I don't know why I found this or how I found it, but there were different interviewers and different interviewees being asked this kind of a question in clips over 10 or 20 years of time. And this is the thing about AI and the future that I'm interested in because it quickly gets to the point where instead of me Googling what people think or what analysts think the wealthy do versus not and getting one result at a time or not getting the result I want, here's a series of videos that just comes right to the point. This is what AI is good for. In any event, what I found interesting was some would say like the difference between someone who's wealthy and well off and just getting by is evident. It can be broken down into simple ways. And one is individuals that are getting by are about 60 to 70% of the world. In the Western developed world, now I'm not talking about the third world, forget that. I'm talking about the G20, the G10. Okay. 60 to 70% of those folks live paycheck to paycheck. Some are on government programs and they're retired and they're medically in trouble. They're veterans. There's the bottom 30%, the next 20%, but then up to 70% middle class. Many of those folks are working hard, loyal employees, and they live paycheck to paycheck because it's the way they've learned to do it, and it works. For those folks who have jobs where they don't have to worry about a layoff, they go to work, they put in their time, they deliver their results. Some are measured by how many telephone poles they stick into the ground. Some are measured by how many reports they crank out of their word processors or computers or software programs. Some are measured by how many cars they sell every month or how many dollars in commissions they generated as a real estate agent or a rental agent. Doesn't matter. Whatever it covers all careers. And they live paycheck to paycheck, and their money, it's money in and money out. And that's the name of the game. And at the end of the deal, they try to, as they get older, to save more of that money for retirement. They earn equity in a home, and they try to retire. That's the first group. The second group are the upper middle class, the higher income generators. So this is where you have supervisors, senior VPs. These are very successful, hardworking people who may have started in the organization at the low end and they moved their way up, and they are the top 10 percenters of their career field and have been rewarded with very good paying salary gigs with bonuses and what have you. And they're living off of income coming in, and they also have very good equity in other assets. They might have a house that's 3,000 square feet, 5,000 square feet. They might have a 2,500 square foot home in Illinois, and they have a 1,500 square foot retirement home in Arizona or Florida that they winter in and back and forth. And they ultimately retire fairly comfortably. They play golf, they go fishing, they go hunting, they do whatever. Then there's the wealthy, and here's the differential. The wealthy, from a young age, relatively speaking, in their mid to late 30s, they have become wealthy, whether it's by birthright because they inherited a bunch of dough or they've taken over the family business maybe. They've been groomed to take over grandpa's company that dad ran, and now it's the next generation. They're part of that family generation, or they are extremely entrepreneurial, and they're self-made, and they've really done well for themselves. These are the folks that they don't have day jobs necessarily. They don't work for anybody but themselves. And this is again the family business, running that, or they are entrepreneurs who handle their own assets. And the very, very wealthy do not live paycheck to paycheck. They look at money in a different way entirely. Someone who gets a paycheck every 2 weeks, they look at that amount on the check and they start calculating how much of that comes off of this amount to pay this bill, this bill, this bill, this bill, and then we get through until the next 2 weeks. On the very end of the wealth scale, they don't get a paycheck every 2 weeks. They don't get a paycheck every month. They actually don't have very much in the way of salary. What they have are assets that are generating cash. They look at cash as a way to use it as an instrument to invest cash into producing assets producing cash. So maybe it's buying another apartment building, or maybe it's building another condo project with other partners, and it's a $2 billion project over 10 years that will become a $5-8 billion project 15 years from now. And they've got their 200 million into it that's going to turn into 2 billion at the end of the road. They've got the time to wait, they have the capital to put up, and they can see it to the end without having to worry about where their next sandwich is coming from. This is wealth, earning wealth with wealth. This is the differential. And I sit here and say to myself, this is what I'm creating with my viewers. I'm trying to help my viewers self-manage their assets to generate revenue from these assets to, one, pay their bills, and number two, grow their asset base to keep compounding their assets to another level. That's what this is. That's what this channel does, I think, or tries to do, in a microcosmic way. I don't help billionaires become trillionaires. There are no billionaires who hang out here, or let's put it this way, if there are any billionaires that watch me, I don't know about it. They might be watching me quietly and they listen to me, but I never hear from billionaires. Not that I'm aware of. Millionaires, yes, I do have viewers who are technically millionaires. But then again, in this crazy world in which we live and the inflation numbers that have come out right now, there are people out there who are supposedly millionaires and they don't even know it, or they certainly don't feel it, because they go, well, yeah, technically I have more than $1 million in assets, but I also have 600,000 in debts. I don't feel like a millionaire. I have thousandaires. I have a lot of people who are thousandaires, who are supposed to be millionaires at a set age, at a set time, to live a life of reasonable comfort in their retirement. And I've got viewers on this channel who are saying to me, hey, buddy, I have been pounding the pavement here. I have been working my butt off. My wife and I have raised the family. We're both career people, and you add it up. We add it all up because you forced us to analyze ourselves. Where the hell are we in the picture here? And we are realizing we're not in our 40s. We're in our late 40s. We're 49. We're not 42, 41. We were just 30. We were 38 like 3 years ago. We're not those kids. No. We're now about to hit our 50s, and we're into our last 10 years of income generation, where we're supposed to be making the most possible money coming in here, because after all that experience we've gained and all those upgrades we've done with ourselves, this should be the big payoff. And many of you are telling me they're trying to get rid of me. The firm that I'm with, they're trying to ease me out the door. I just get these signs. I'm not getting these promos anymore. I'm not getting these bonuses. I'm not getting these up moves. I've sort of run out of places to go within the organization here. And the only up move from where I am now, there are only like 12 spots left. that I haven't got. And at the top and just below the top, like the top 6, it's family members because I'm in a family-run company. Or it's a number 1 person with 6 underlings who have been together as a group for 30 years, and I'm not one of them. And they don't look at me as one of them. They look at me as an outsider that has reached the height of that person's level within the organization. And they're not thinking of me being here for another 10 years in that position. They're looking behind me at the 20 guys and girls behind me, just below me, and they're already figuring out which of those are going to take my position in the next year or 2 or 3. And my wife and I have hit the ceiling within our organization. And Bruce, at the end of the day, we're looking at our assets. We're looking at our home equity value. We're looking at any other assets we have. We're looking at our 401ks. We're looking at our IRAs. We're looking at our savings. And we gave everything we had, everything we were about for our kids. We got our kids through the difficult years of teenage, through high school, into college. We got them through that. Then we helped them out after they graduated, and they're finally moving out of the house, and we're finally, empty nesters almost, and we're broke. We've given it all to them because they now will not be a burden to society. They will be their own successful people, but God knows what will happen to them in the next 20, 30 years. We can only go so far. And for us as a couple, we're looking now at a scenario here where one of us is not doing too well medically, and the other one of us is got a kind of a weak, gimpy knee, and my shoulder isn't so good. We need to get our money to work for us. Whatever money we've got to work it. Can you help us? And this is the realization that so many of you are coming to on your own, and you're out there looking for answers. And I don't blame you. You're looking for a side gig. You're looking for a gig to make money from, to take you to a better economic level. And many of you out there who found me are finding out that the economic level that you've achieved after a lifetime and close to a lifetime of working it out is barely above the middle class. Like instead of being in the 80 percentile and above level, you're in the 64% level. And you look at the difference between 64% and 80%, that 16 percentage points that you're short, and you figured it out that it's $1 million. You're $1 million short of making it. And you better get it right away, ASAP, because compounding going forward, and when you hit a certain age level, 66, 69, 74, 78, you're into the position where you're going to use more money of your assets than your assets can generate to you, which means you're going negative on your wealth. And many of you have figured out that within 5 years of retirement, you have maxed out your retirement life, and now financially you're on the decline. And you're looking at what your politicians are talking about behind your back or right in front of your face. These are these 30 and 40-year-old politicians who have no concept of what you're into and going to be into. And what are they talking about? Oh, we got to cut social programs. We got to cut Social Security. We can't afford to keep paying this kind of money to all these people. These deadbeats, these freeloaders on our society, we've got to cut back. We've got to make them pay tax on whatever they get, or we have to raise the eligibility age before we give it to them. Same with Medicare, same with everything else, because after all, we've got our constituents to bribe to keep getting reelected, and we got to offer tax cuts to corporations to attract corporations to our county, our city, our state, our region of the country. And that's at your expense because you've reached the age where you're supposed to now collect the dividends of your hard work. But there are no dividends to pay out. Or the country must borrow more money to afford giving you your dividend. And the current voters in the Congress and Senate are not your allies. They're not there for you. They're there for others who are younger than you are. And they're deaf, they're tone deaf, because they don't fear your vote. They just don't fear it. And there is the issue. And so welcome to the channel where we talk about having a side gig. and trying to make some money on the side that is not dependent on government handouts, not dependent on tax rate policy adjustments, not dependent on being able to write off the cost of equipment or what have you. You do not need to build an assembly plant in your garage to make something with your hands and then try to figure a way to sell it to other people. You are in a position now watching this old man to try to figure out how to generate revenue from this stacked deck market that is custom built for the very, very high enders who are saying, we're not here to talk to you about how you can make yourself an extra 5,000-10,000 a month. We're here to talk to our existing friends and all of the members of our clubs to keep you and ourselves right up here where we are and stay here. That's what the message is around these parts. And you've probably noticed that when they bring in a guest to their set to talk about interest rates, policy initiatives, trading war strategies, supply chain economics, who's the enemy and who's the ally? And it's all about keeping the well-to-do, and controlling the constant drain of capital coming away from the government coffers to those folks who are just looking to suck us dry. And you'll find these folks helping you or trying to help you determine who to blame for all of your problems when actually you are the problem. You don't realize they're actually talking about you, that you're the problem, but they're not pointing at you that way. They're just sort of indicating a general overall group out there. And you now start looking around going, who's the problem here? Who's the problem? And what you're not doing and what you are supposed to be doing is making yourself wealthier. And you're supposed to making yourself richer and less dependent on the well-to-do for survival. You're supposed to be able to survive yourself. And they're not helping you do that. They're deflecting your anger and your frustration into the world at large, and you're not paying attention to the picture. The big picture is you need to make 3, 5, 10, 15, 20,000 a month on the side away from your paycheck so that you can say goodbye to your day boss and goodbye to these 20 percenters, these 10 percenters, and say thanks for everything you've given me since I was a teenager and I was blindly working my ass off to do whatever I was doing, and I went to school and I took those courses and I racked up my debts, which helped all kinds of alumni do very well as well. And the alumni of your children, I've helped you and your very well-to-do children do very well in the world. And I have paid taxes every year faithfully because it's deducted at source. There's no way I can stop it. And I have continued to throw money into the pot for the promise of a retirement someday with health care and social this, social that, and it's not there. And I'm telling you, the government cannot afford to give you what you paid for the last 30 years. You have to get it yourself. And this bitter reality is showing up again and again and again, bit by bit by bit. And more people are figuring out. They're going, yeah, I've put in my 20, 25, 30 years. I was supposed to get a pension that was adjusted for inflation, blah, blah, blah. Well, they changed that thing. They changed this pension 10 years ago, 12 years ago, 15 years ago, under the guise of freedom of choice for employees across the world. In the USA and Canada, we have the freedom to have our own retirement plans, and we have the freedom to choose where our retirement money goes to, and we can direct it where we want it to be directed. And at the end of the day, you're looking down the road going, well, I'm 42 years old. I'm 44. I know a buddy of mine, an employee here. I've known this person over here for 15 years. When I joined in my late 20s, they were, in their early 40s. They're now in their late 50s, early 60s. And I had a coffee with that individual the other day at the coffee break. And they just took a look at their 401k, their employee retirement plan, the whole IRA thing, and they just realized in the last month, between the husband and the wife and the position they're in and everything, they don't have enough. They don't have enough. He has to work. He's going to work as long as he can before he has to leave this corporation, and then he's going to get a job for doing something else because he needs a couple thousand a month. He needs like another 1,500 a month to make the ends meet. And you're sitting there going, wait, whoa. This individual is going to be 66, 68 years old, working at what? A Walmart, a Home Depot, at a Starbucks, at a what? This individual is going to be working something to make an extra 1,000, 1,500 a month. And if he doesn't do that, they can't afford to stay in the house they've been at their entire lives. They have to sell off their 2 cars. They gotta downsize everything and go into a lower housing area, lower rent. Where? How? What? The cost of everything is just surging. And this is physical work. The work that this individual is going to continue to do is physical. How long can they physically do that work? Because I know he's got a bad hip. I know his knee is bugging him, but it's not bad enough to get an operation, or he can't afford the $20,000 deductible or whatever the whole nonsense is with healthcare. These folks are in trouble, and I see my future right. I'm doing exactly what this guy's been doing, and I'm right behind him. Welcome to this party, pal. There's an exit ramp that you might want to be taking here to not get caught in that trap. I know some of you here are in the last 5 years of working. Some of you are in the last year of working, and you're here now. Only because I've been on the air 3 years. I haven't been here for 20 years. I've only been on this platform the last 3 years. COVID was the greatest thing that happened to me and this channel, because this channel took off because of COVID. You were stuck at home. I was stuck at home, and GameStop went batshit crazy, and here I am. I'm still here, but am I talking to you about buying a stock for a penny and selling it for $1,000 a share because there's going to be a massive short squeeze? That is the answer to all of your troubles? That's not what this channel does. This channel talks about hauling in money from stock you're sitting on, or stock you could be sitting on, or no stock you're sitting on. You could generate income from option trades and bring capital in on the side. That's what this channel's all about. And the last 3 months, we've had a ton of people join us, and I'm thinking, why is that? Why all of a sudden has this wave of new viewers come in here? Where do you guys come from? And I'm going, well, it's pretty obvious. Look at what we're dealing with here. Like I said a few minutes ago, France had its election round 1 last weekend. Britain goes to the polls day after tomorrow. Complete wipeout for the right wing. The left Labour is going to take over. And then in 4 months, America goes at it again. Of course, America is in an election all the time, but this is the presidential cycle, and Americans have a wonderful choice to make, what to do now and what direction to go. And there are the blowhards who yell at their top of the lungs what you should do and why. And then there are the quiet voices that some of you are listening to, and you're hearing it. And it is coming from very strange places. You're hearing soft warnings, very low-level warnings coming to you that if the country goes this other direction again, there's going to be a massive amount of issues, economic issues, that are going to be kind of not good for most Americans. And anyone who dares go public with that kind of talk is lambasted by the yelling heads out there who are trying to get the clickbait views to keep selling their preparation H or whatever they're trying to sell. It is going to be insane the next 4 months. And I really think that at the end of the day, people who have the passion and the resolve are going to make this result obvious. But I I'm just a Canadian in Canada going, I'm looking in what's going on in the U.S. and going, good God Almighty, I can't believe it's still happening. It's the same replay again and again. It's like Groundhog Day. Go to the U.S., turn on the television to a U.S. channel, and it's a Groundhog Day. They've been doing this for 15 years. When does America turn the page and go with younger everything? I don't know. I can't tell you. Because here in Canada, we have our own issues. And you think Groundhog Day isn't happening here? We have a prime minister known as Mr. Trudeau. Well, when I was a 20-something-year-old guy, we had a prime minister known as Mr. Trudeau, the father. So we've got the deja vu all over again here. It isn't ended, and Britain has its issues, France has its issues, and everything else. And so you, as investors, as option writers, listening to this old man rant and rave about nothing to do with the business world, are asking yourself, why does he keep doing this? And I keep telling you to take the blinders off. Stop getting caught up in your local little world and open up to the big picture. And that is, you have to make money from the market that is stacked against you. And you have to make money doing exactly what the very wealthy are up to, but won't show you and won't talk to you about. Because in reality, there are a lot of very wealthy people making a lot of money from this market. And they don't know how they're doing it. They don't know how they're making their money because they've hired people to make it for them. And the people that they've hired run hedge funds and run serious size investment accounts, and they write options all the time. They write options on stocks. They write options on currencies, on bonds, on pork bellies, orange juice futures, just like trading places. They write options on everything, and they haul in income from the gamblers who are the desperados trying to become wealthy. And I'm saying to you, do what these top enders are doing. Take the money from the wannabes who want to become wealthy but don't want to invest long term. They want a short term hit, and take this cash every week, every month, and say, thank you very much. I am taking care of my needs. I appreciate it. What is going to happen in this market? Look at Tesla this morning, up $8.80 a share. What the hell is going on at Tesla? Did Tesla come out with the greatest delivery numbers of all time, or did Tesla come out with numbers that weren't so bad after all? And so the stock's going to be okay. It's taken a shot. There's no doubt about that. Where are we at and how high are we going? I do not know. 219 last trade on Tesla, up 9.14 a share. Do I trust these numbers? I do not. Am I happy to see the stock going up versus down? Generally, yes. I'm happy to see Tesla improving its numbers. Its stock numbers are improving. That's great because there's a gazillion people out there who are into the stock for a lot higher than this, who are certainly being partially bailed out of a pretty ugly scenario. However, how long and how good can this go for the company? How much can this company continue to benefit? I do not know. The China thing, I don't know what to say. But the stock is having a wonderful shot right now. And if anyone has the numbers, you let me know on what's going on. Chewy. All the talk yesterday was about Chewy and GameStop and Roaring Kitty. If you're counting on Roaring Kitty to move markets for you, you're a gambler. You're a riverboat gambler. You've got to stop doing that. Roaring Kitty cannot move markets on a sustained basis. At the end of the day, it's corporate management with results that will ultimately move markets wherever they're going to go. Yeah, I know there are short squeezes, and I know there are opportunities to do certain trades, and so there's moments in time where a posting will be done on social media that media will jump all over and try to interpret. At the end of the day, though, if you are relying on a social media personality or a group of Reddit and Wall Street Bets people to tell you how great a stock is going to be because of a social media post that is being interpreted as some kind of a sign of greatness. You are into tea leaves. Get the hell out of there and get back to reality. If you want to write options on Chewy, you can do so without owning the stuff. You do not have to own Chewy. You don't have to own GameStop to profit from GameStop. You don't have to own NVIDIA. You don't have to own Tesla either to profit from these entities. You can learn credit spread trades where you control the risk, you control the time frame, you control the pricing of these contracts, and you decide what risk tolerance you want to have on a trade versus results on a payoff. Be very careful out there. I would avoid Chewy completely. There's a Class A stock that trades, and then there's Class B stock that doesn't trade, and the owner of the Class B stock owns 90% of the votes as to what happens with Chewy. There is no hope for Class A shareholders in any way whatsoever to take over this company or to direct it the way they want it to go. Because the Class B shareholders have 10 votes for every share they have. Class A voters have 1 vote for every share they have. It's a stacked deck against you. Chewy is theoretically a publicly traded company, but it is not a real publicly traded company. They have one class of stock that trades and one class of stock that controls the entire company that doesn't. And there is no fear in the hearts of those who control the Class B shares as to what's going to happen to them and their pals that run this thing. Chewy's being well managed. I'm sure of it. Chewy is a growing concern. They have very loyal clients. They do it right. I haven't got a problem with Chewy, the corporation, whatsoever. What I have a problem with is people who believe that because somebody posts a social media post somewhere, that Chewy is now the hottest stock in the market and can go to the moon. I have a problem with that. And I have a problem with innocent victims, which are people like yourself or those who don't know what we're doing here, getting into Chewy because they think that, oh, well, Warren Kitty's into it, it's going to go to the moon. I'm going to buy it too. This is what bothers me to no end. The problem, of course, is when I was a stockbroker in the 1979 to 2000 range, you used to be able to call me if you were a client of mine, and you could say, hey, what do you think about this Chewy thing? And then I could set you straight, and I could tell you that only 1/10 of the votes trade. 90% of the votes of the company don't trade and are controlled by a massive investor. This thing is a piece of crap to try to play as a stock. It's garbage because there's no voting power and there is no ramifications to the company's survival whatsoever. You're better off buying and selling GameStop shares. Believe it or not, you're better off being into GameStop. Yes, there's 425 million shares outstanding. That's true. Yes, the chairman of the company doesn't speak publicly to anybody. Yes, there is no spokesman for the corporation. Yes, but every share that trades on GameStop is genuine, one share, one vote across the board. And the reality at GameStop right now is that Ryan Cohen only owns 8.6% of the company. GameStop does have $4.2 billion cash in the bank. And it is in charge of 4,000 something retail stores. Absolutely, yes. Love them or hate them, sure. But at the end of the day, he only owns 8.6% of the company. And in reality, he could be outbought by somebody else. The company could be acquired by an outside entity to 15%, 12% without any resistance. There's no way Cohen could stop someone from buying 50 million, 70 million shares of the company. There's 425 million out there. Most of them are free trading. He is liable and is subject and vulnerable to being taken out because he won't have the votes to stop someone else from taking him out. That is the reality of the situation. Now, the good side about GameStop is Ryan Cohen doesn't take a salary. Ryan Cohen doesn't give himself stock options. This guy's working for $1 a year for nothing. That's the good side. The bad side is we don't know what he's up to. We don't know what his plan is. We don't know what he's thinking about doing. We only know he's got $4.2 billion cash in the bank with virtually no debt. and that the company in interest makes more money than it loses on its retail operations, and those are turning around. We know all that, but we don't know the big picture. What are you going to do with 4.2 billion in cash when your company is valued at about $9 billion? We don't have the answer. But the answer is not to jump into Chewy stock. Congratulations to Roaring Kitty. If Roaring Kitty was able to manipulate contracts, options contracts on Chewy, where he was able to buy contracts for super cheap prices, going out a month or two or three or four, and his involvement made the stock go up into the 30s, and he was able to cash out his contracts and turn around and use the capital made on these contracts to buy himself 9 million shares over the last whatever number of months. Well, God bless him for it. He's a great trader. He's a great investor. He's a great manipulator of assets, options, premiums, upside, and rolling over into stock and all that good stuff. He's a great trader. If he's done it on GameStop and he's doing it on Chewy, super. At the end of the day, though, he owns 9 million shares of Chewy that have no power to change the trajectory of this company. And his involvement will not create a takeover candidate type thing or a short squeeze at all to run the stock any higher. That's the bad news for Roaring Kitty. Now, the good news would be, is he using his Chewy stock to write options against those shares, to haul in premium income? And he's using his GameStop shares, 9 million, he's writing options on those, bringing in cash to now put together another cash pile of dough to do something else with it. Now, what would that be? I don't know. I'd love to see him buy SoFi stock. I think that would be a good move. But he might turn around and just say, I'm going to buy more GameStop. As long as it's in the low 20s, I'm just going to buy up GameStop shares. Or I'm going to buy options on GameStop shares that in the 20s. And or occasionally let the world know I'm doing that. And maybe that'll run the market into the 30s again, and I'll cash in another 3, 5, 6, 10, 15, $20 million gain and use that to buy more stock. I don't know. He doesn't speak publicly on an ongoing basis, and he doesn't have to. The problem for Roaring Kitty right now is he is classified as an insider under the SEC in Chewy because he owns more than 5% of the Chewy Class A trading stock. So he's technically an insider. I don't think that's a good idea for him. I don't think he should be an insider of Chewy. I think he should get the hell out of there. But at $25.44 a share, I don't know, or $25.30, whatever it's trading at, I don't know if he's making any money on this stuff. Is he up a buck or two? Is his long-term game plan 5-year hold? Because he feels that between my GameStop position and my Chewy position, I'm going to write options here to bring some income in, and I'm just going to keep building my position. That's my long-term plan. If that's your long-term plan, it's an okay plan, but you're not going to make the stock double in price by doing that. And if people out there think he is, you're wrong. I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. Just saying. I'm just saying. It is what it is. Kids, you've got to find your niche and area where you want to zero in on. And if you're going to become an option writer, you do not have to own stock to do it. Yes, that is true. But then you better be good at what it is you're doing, in your options strategies. Are you going to be a cash secured put writer? Great. Then you're thinking stocks go up. If you're going to be a credit spread creator, you're looking for a range-bound stock. That's all you're doing. You're writing cash-secured puts. You're writing credit spreads on puts. You're behind the market, well behind the market, and not expecting it to drop dramatically in a real hurry. Great. If you're a call credit spread writer, then you're not expecting the stock to really go all that much higher. You better be careful on both sides of this market. If you are on both sides simultaneously, you're an iron condor player. And there's room for all of you in these stocks if you want to be into it. It's just a matter of understanding the business you're in and how it works. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I'm glad you're here. Good to see you all. And thank you again for commenting on what we're talking about, good or bad or whatever it is, what it is. I appreciate you all. I can't thank you enough for being part of this family. Those of you who have subscribed to the channel lately, welcome as new subscribers. Those of you hitting the thumbs up button for us today, thank you for hitting the thumbs up button. Those of you becoming members of this channel, thank you for that. You're becoming part of the family here of this channel. We welcome you with open arms, especially those of you who are becoming gold bagel level members of the channel. Congratulations, thank you, and welcome to the group. Without reservation, just great to have you here. There you have it. We're just shifting right now to member-only commentary as we are approaching the market here. We're going to open in 10 minutes. If you haven't become a member yet, please consider doing so. Thank you. Hopefully what you are learning here and hearing about the markets is working for you, or is opening your eyes to a level of market activity you've never seen before. I try to, as best I can, I try to give you the bigger picture of what's going on. You have to pay attention to the big picture, what's going on out there. You cannot be walking around and investing with blinders. You're just going to get slaughtered by the pros who are out there picking off the unknowledgeable. I tell you, the amount of capital that is out there that is being put into this market by people who don't know what they're doing is staggering. It's absolutely staggering. You've got to be aware. Now, this Tesla stock is set to snap win streak as investors brace for deliveries data. Sales in China reportedly declined in June, while other EV makers had record sales. But apparently, the shares are higher by 6% at this moment in time. And I don't have the numbers here at the moment. I'm still waiting for an official thing. If anyone sees anything official on the Tesla, do let me know. Appreciate that. What's going on here? All right. DQ, well, I've been a member here for 39 months. Thank you, DQ, for your loyalty to the channel. Been a while since I posted one of these. Good morning, Uncle Bruce. 3 years, 3 months, a member of this channel. Nice to have you here. Dude, I've lately been writing out spreads on MSTR. I am $300 away from a stock price with a huge premium, just waiting for shrinkage. There you go. DQ, stock markets with Bruce. Tesla shipped few, but beat the market expectations. So they shipped fewer vehicles, but they beat what the market thought they would do. So it's bad, but not as bad. Well, there you go. This is how Wall Street constantly plays games with investors' emotions. You get these companies releasing financial results, and the street will say, oh, company beat expectations, and the stock goes up. What you don't read is the expectations were 15% less than last year. The company is on a complete decline, and until tomorrow or the day after, the street doesn't realize how bad it is, and then the stock takes the dump. But the saps, the suckers, get in on the day of the beat expectations day, and they're only to find that 3 days later they're down 15% on their investment, or worse, depending on how leveraged they are in options or in margin accounts. Look, Tesla is up $12.60 a share. It's at $222 a share. Is it possible that there were a huge block of gamblers out there who were shorting Tesla all last week and all into yesterday and into today, shorting the stock, thinking that, you know, at 185 to 200 a share, this thing is going to back off. And there's a short squeeze going on right now. Maybe that's it. I don't know. Nobody knows. But if a company beats expectations, but it's still lower, the next shoe to drop will be for Tesla to come up with their financials, which comes out in a very short period of time, the latest quarterly financials, which will show dollar positioning differentials. Now, if the brokerage community can convince investors they beat the street, and that's good enough, the stock could hold these levels, could go higher. On the other hand, investors out there go, yeah, they beat the street, but boy, their cash flows are falling off. Their margins are shrinking. Their cash reserves are shrinking. And there's no upside potential here in the next 3 to 6, 9 months because EV sales are lower. Tesla hasn't come up with new products that will dominate the EV market. Then we have ourselves a problem, Houston. And I wonder just what we got here. In any event, there you have it. Dude says 1,070.80 on October 16 expiry. I got $230 on Friday. I may write another one this week on a $10 spread to bring in $230. That's fantastic return. If you're into the option writing business, this is not too bad. DQ is saying to dude, it's interesting. MSTR is looking like NVIDIA before the split. Deep value options, very intriguing. Very intriguing is right. Lots of interesting stuff going on here. And Romeo says, hello, I've made the decision to start taking your classes. And I started with class number 1. Will I receive an email with the link or what? Okay, this happens from time to time where people will go to my website and they will order class number 1 or 2 or 6, and they make their payment through PayPal, and they miss the link. There's actually a link they get when they make the payment, and they missed it. And now they're waiting for the link to come to them. Please send me a private email. Send me an email right here to my email address right here, brucefarm@hotmail.com. Send me an email. And let me know, Bruce, I just bought lesson number 1, yesterday, day before yesterday, this morning. My name is so and so. Would you mind sending me the link? I missed the link. I will be happy to send you a link to whatever class you're looking for that you've picked up. As soon as the show's over, I'll send you a link. Okay, so yeah, we'll take care of you. Those of you who want to learn how to write options, and you want to take my lessons on how to do it, there's the website right there, stockmarketswithbruce.ca. It's a Canadian address, and head on over there. You'll see all the classes available from there. Okay, everybody. Again, the email address is right here. It should be down below in the description of this show. It's certainly available on my homepage. If you click on About or whatever they say at YouTube, you can find me there. Let me know, and I will get you looked after. Okay. Those of you who want to acquire all 17 classes in one shot, if you've been thinking about, I want to get into this, and the only way I'm going to get into this is if I buy all of his classes, because that is the only time I'm going to step up to the plate. Then the trick, the way I would, what I would then do is I would have you send me an email saying such. You can acquire all 17 classes in one shot, but you have to do it through me, through my email account, and you have to make a PayPal donation here to paypal.com and look for Bruce Farmer, Traveling with Bruce, spelled with 2 L's. The cost for all 17 classes, if you bought them one at a time, would run you $2,550. If you pick them all up in one shot, make a donation for $1,999 US. You'll save yourself $550, and you'll get all 17 in one shot. I will send you the links to all 17 in one go. You keep that email in your files, and you have access to all 17 anytime you need them. So you let me know if you want to do something like that. I know a few of you are like that. Not many viewers contact me and say, hey, I want to get all 17. How much would you give me a deal for all 17? Yes, I will. But it generally is for very few who want to do it. But send me an email and I'll set you up. It actually doesn't surprise me anymore, because people will say to me, I bought all 17 because I knew that if I put down $1,999, I'll get off my ass and I'll watch these classes. But if I buy one, I might watch it, and if I only watch half of it, I might forget about the other half, because it was only $150, Bruce. This is what happens. This is human nature. It's all right. Some people need to pay for the course up front to really commit themselves. More power to all of you, and thank you all for joining this channel. James of the Trees has become a new member of this channel. Welcome, James, to the program. Gold Bagel level member. Thank you for joining us here, becoming part of this family. Send me I think you've sent me a private email already. I'll get you a link to Discord. I'll send you one of those. You were giving me a heads up here that you were coming in, so welcome to the party, pal. It's great to have you, both you and your wife. Fantastic. And Let's see if we can help you make some dinero, like people say around here. Thank you to Computer Wiz. I've been a member for 39 months. 3 years, 3 months I've been a member of this guy's channel. Thank you, Computer Wiz, for your loyalty. Gold Bagel member. Thank you so very much. Parker Ivy, I've been a member for 5 months. Gold Bagel level myself. Thank you, my friend. Also, 21% year to date return so far, baby steps, but thank you for helping me wrap my head around what the hell is going on out here. I tell you, I cannot tell you how excited I am when I have newbies who are telling me I'm making 20% return so far. I didn't know what the hell I was doing last year. What I'm doing now is unbelievable. We've only just started. Thank you, Larry Titus, for making this happen, hitting the bells, being my bell ringer every day. Thank you. We are open for trading now, kids. We're up and running. I want all of you to get richer today and every day. Thank you all. DQ, thank you, Larry Titus, Richard. Neat. The Knights of Knee must be honored. Of course, the Knights of Knee must be honored. Thank you all who are here today and joining the party, pals. Great to have you here. I show at the very early moment right now a loss of 68 points on the Dow. It's a nothing burger. AI up 7 cents. GameStop down, 9? Unchanged, really. SoFi 638 down a nickel. NVIDIA down 315 at 121, and Rocket Lab down a penny and a half. Matterport down 4.5 cents. What else is going on here? Much. Adobe up $1.18. Uber up a dime. Apple down 79 cents. Tesla's up $11. Now it's $9.95 at $2.19. Enphase down 97 cents. Netflix up 84. AMD up $1, 158.69. Just kind of hanging around. Unity up 2 cents. Google down 52. Moderna's up $2. Cisco down 6 cents. Pfizer down 3. Microsoft down 2.40. IBM is down 53 cents. HPQ up a penny. Not much going on there. Amazon down 12 cents. Nothing going on. Down $1.20 on Home Depot. Vatic Semiconductors down 153. Goldman down 1.5. Boeing down 4, Meta down 3.50, Target down 51 cents, JP Morgan down a quarter, Costco up 59 cents, Walmart up 3, Disney down 58 cents, American Airlines up 2, AMC unchanged, DraftKings down 22, Royal Caribbean down $1. So it's a flat morning so far. Not a lot other than Tesla. It's a flat morning, and Tesla is up right now, $8.90 a share at 218. It was as high as 221 in this opening session. Pre-market, we were a bit higher. But not by all that much. We're up a penny on GameStop right now. Chewy is down 60 odd cents a share at the moment. Welcome all to the program. Welcome all to the show this morning. It's great to have you with us. I appreciate you all so very much. 123 thumbs ups have come through so far today. Thank you for those of you who have taken the time and have found that thumbs up button for us, giving us a little additional momentum with YouTube. Thank you all very, very much. Again, those of you who need any links for classes, if you've ordered classes in the last little while and you've lost class number 2, you can't find it, or you can't find class number 7, or whatever, let me know. Send me a private email and I will figure out I will get you your links. Specifically, it would help if you tell me, yes, I bought class number 6 like a month ago, and I can't find it in my thing. I used this email address when I bought it through PayPal. I can then track it down, and I'll get you your links. Not a problem. All right, we'll take care of you there. Welcome all to the party. Welcome all to the program, and I'm glad you're here. Uncle Bruce, SoFi earnings July 30, 8 a.m. The company SoFi will release their financial results for the quarter that just ended Sunday night. It's coming up on July 30th, 8 in the morning. Something tells me, well, actually, I'm not even going to guess. Let me take a peek at this. July 30th. That's a Tuesday. That's interesting. It's a Tuesday. That's okay. I'm okay with Tuesday morning on July 30. I'm okay with that. Okay. Giddy up. 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks from today. 28 days away. The countdown is on. This will be, in my guess, will be the 3rd consecutive quarter of earnings hosted by SoFi. The third, 4 quarters of earnings are required. 4 consecutive quarters in a row of earnings are required to be considered for S&P 500 inclusion. So that's one of the hurdles the company needs. We are now 28 days away from getting quarter number 3, which tells me we're 28 days plus 90 days away from getting number 4. Because every 3 months, the companies release their financial results. All public companies do this. So SoFi is 28 days and then 90 more days away from the 4th consecutive quarter of results. Yes, is the countdown on? Yes, it is. The countdown is on for the potential of SoFi's world and awareness completely changing out. I do not believe that SoFi shares will go from $6.38 a share the day before the 4th quarter earnings come out. I do not believe that's when it moves. I believe between now and then, it already starts making its move to the $20, $25 neighborhood. That's where I think it's going. 20, $25 a share is where SoFi is going to go. Not just because they're an eligible company to get into the S&P 500. No, not that. It's because by the time we get to that point in time, the earnings per share chart, the progression of the earnings per share, will be such that analysts will be going, oh, yeah, look at this. 2 years ago, 3 years ago, when they went public, they were losing so much per share, but their earnings were rising, their memberships were rising, their loan portfolio was rising, their deposit levels were rising, and their rankings as to how big they are in America out of 4,700 banks, those numbers have now brought them into the top 50, the top 55. They're one of the largest banks in America by assets. Look at the chart now. Look at the progression of earnings per share and earnings as a general rule and assets under administration. Look at this growth chart that's been just compounding here every quarter for 8 quarters in a row. And 4 of them, the 4th one of earnings is just about to be released. This stock is not a $6.38 company anymore. No, not a share. No, not even near that. This realization is coming within the next 118 days. 90 plus 28. The countdown is on for SoFi. So is it day 53 that we move? Is it day 22? Is it this quarterly earning report? Will this earnings report coming out in 4 weeks be the one to catapult the stock past $10 a share into that 12 neighborhood? And then the next 90 days from that moment till the next financial report, which is the 4th quarter in a row, going from 12 to 20 to 25. Is that how this is going to play out? I can't answer that question. I will be here to follow that scenario, but I can't answer. Zed, why would Roaring Kitty buy a stock with no upside? This guy is smart. I know what you're saying, Zed. I'm with you here. Totally on board with this. 127, good morning from Brian. Good morning, my friend. Nice to have you here. Thank you for the thumbs up today. Why is Roaring Kitty making a move into Chewy? What is it about the company that he wants to own 9 million shares of? But there are 400 million out there. They say there's 100 million out there, but no, there's actually 400 million shares. You take all those Class B shares, and they're convertible 1-for-1 into common, Class A common. I don't know the answer to this question, except to think that, well, he must have got such a good deal on the stock through his option play that he's up several dollars a share on the stock. If I were his advisor, if he were coming to me occasionally to say, hey, what do you think I should do with this position? If he contacted me months ago and said, I'm thinking of maybe moving into this, and I might end up with a block of stock, what would you recommend my game plan be? I would then be saying to him, well, with 9 million shares now, phone call last night, I would have said, with 9 million shares in your little hands, you can write a ton of call options on this stuff. Now, you're not going to write 100,000 call options a day for the next 10 days in a row. But over the next week or two or three, you could probably pull off 1,000 to 2,000 to 3,000 call options every day at various strike prices, at various expiry dates, going out to Jan 25, even 26, and you could pull in all kinds of cash, maybe $3 a share, $4 a share, $5 a share, $6 a share for every option that you're writing out there, and bring in all this capital, and then decide what to do with that capital. Either buy more stock of Chewy, if that's what you want to do, or buy stock in GameStop if you want to do that, or buy more options on Chewy and or GameStop. What do you want? What is it you're after? You could be writing call options on GameStop right now and bringing in a ton of money and using it to buy more stock. And that just betters your position, makes you a larger shareholder, takes stock off the street, tightens the free float. I mean, whatever. I don't know the answer. We're down 140 on Chewy to 23.97, and we're at 23.44 on GameStop. We're up 22 cents on GameStop. So these two stocks are about to meet each other at the same price point. Does that mean anything? Will that do anything for anybody? I have no idea. Inevitably, I'm sure someone will talk about it somewhere. What is going to happen? Alberto Colton PGY took a bit of an upswing. A DCA at 1081, strike of $12, premium of $1. What to do? Take me out, por favor. Brian KG has figured out a pattern with the FTDs, failure to delivers with GameStop, XRT, and the shares in the ETF XRT. They are swap roll patterns. There are swap roll patterns he is trying to take advantage of. Also, he's a gambler and he buys calls. Brian, dude, is smarter than all of us. Brian, I have been trying to buy 60 more shares at the price just doesn't want to come to me. The stock gods are against me. Splair, good morning, y'all. Anything crucial I've missed today so far? I don't know. Rerun the show at double speed and catch up to us. For some people, what I say is important, to others not. We're at 29.19 on AI, by the way. That's nice. We're up 58 cents a share over there. Dow's up 28 points. GameStop still up 17 or so cents a share. SoFi down 5, 638. Nvidia's down $2 at 122 after topping out at 140 a few weeks ago. Rocket Lab is 460. It's up actually 6 cents a share. Matterport's up a couple of pennies at 441. Super Micro, SMCI, 819 up $7. Spire's up 3. The Spider 500 index, the S&P 500, it's up 15 cents at 545.49. Adobe's up 747. Uber down 37 cents. The triple Q ETF following NASDAQ is 482.62, up 70 cents. Apple is green, up 25 cents. Tesla holding a 1055 gain at $220. Enphase up $2.05 at 99.31. Netflix up 7 cents. AMD up $3, 18 cents to 160.87. We've got Unity up 22 cents. Google still down 89. Moderna up $2. Cisco up 18. Pfizer down a penny. Microsoft down 140. IBM up 19 cents. HBQ up a dime. Amazon down 22 cents. Home Depot down 72 cents. Atlantic Semiconductors up 85 cents. Goldman down 30 cents. Boeing up 89 cents. Facebook down 134. Target up 62. JP Morgan up 58. Costco up 80 cents. Walmart up a dime. Disney down 60. American Airlines at 2 cent gain at 11.06 now. AMC up 3 cents. DraftKings up 3 cents. And Royal Caribbean unchanged. So not much going on except for really Tesla as the big dog so far this morning. Up 10.55 a share right now. We're up 12 on GameStop. We're down 168 on Chewy. Chewy is 23.80. GameStop 23.45. They're almost meeting at the same price per share. Does it mean anything? Shouldn't. It shouldn't. I don't know if it will. I really don't know. Anyway, there you go. Sorry, buy GameStop, not Chewy, says Brian. Stephen Butler, another tuber, says Jim Cramer does not like SoFi stock. Is it time to buy? Some folks trade opposite of what Cramer says. Brian, if GameStop buys into Chewy, would they start making video games for dogs? I thought maybe anything about GameStop, but if anything, the same since the Chewy story yesterday. I've missed nothing here. Brian, Stephen Butler, definitely it's time to buy. Dude, I think Rory Kitty is doing it for the meme to troll Ryan Cohen. The share count is exact same as Ryan Cohen bought in GameStop to gain his original position. Well, deep value. Did you guys see the GameStop new digital store? Has anyone seen that yet? I haven't. Does anyone out there want to comment on that? Do let me know what your thoughts are. Google at the moment down 75 cents. Tesla up 11.10. Chewy down 160 a share. 23.85. GameStop 23.35, up a couple of pennies. On 1.7 million volume on GameStop, very quiet. Volume on Chewy, 4.1 million shares at the moment. That is right there is your verdict. Virtually no volume on GameStop to get excited about. 1.7 million volume on GameStop. It's very quiet. There's nothing leading the way at the moment on GameStop. Of course, at any time, sure, there can be a breakout one way or the other on GameStop. I just have a feeling that with the company sitting at $4.2 billion in cash, this stock has kind of reached its low area of 20 to 25. That's my guess. We'll see if this plays or not. Zed, I just bought 100 shares of NVIDIA. The way it's not quite the way you spell it, but way to go. Congrats. Now you can write call option on it if you want. 123.06 on NVIDIA right now, down 124. SoFi $6.36, down 7 cents a share, and SoFi volume is now 3.7 million. Very quiet on SoFi volume so far today as well. AI doing well, 29.22, up 61 cents today, approaching that $30 level again. AI looking good. Shorters are not winning on that trade, I think, but time will tell ultimately how it all works out. The Dow off 11.5 points so far this morning. Welcome to the Party Pals. Nice to have you here. We are now 24 days away from the shareholder vote for Matterport to be acquired at $5.50 a share, half cash, half stock in, what is it called, Nucor? Waiting for that to happen. Brian, yes, NVIDIA, that's how you pronounce it or spell it. DQ, is that a state? I think you bought counterfeit stock. You need to buy NVIDIA, not that NVIDIA. We got so many helpful people here. Appreciate you all. Fantastic. GameStop holding a 12-cent gain, 1,770,000 volume. Very quiet morning. Tesla holding $11.80 gain right now. 221, the high of the day, 221.92. We're just 50, 60 cents away from that level right at the moment. Chewy 24.06, the low of the day 23.62, down $1.40, 4.6 million. The low of the day on GameStop was 23.10, the high 23.60. We have a 50-cent range on GameStop today, further confirming how quiet things are right now at the GameStop corral for the moment. All right. Chair says that you got me there. I know how to pronounce this and spell this. Thank you, everybody, for helping out. Welcome to the Party Pals. Great to see you this morning. Where's this market going to go? That is the question on a lot of people's minds. We're down 41 points on the Dow right now, under a bit of pressure. There's a lot of talk out there about what is ultimately going to happen with the bond market, these elections, inflation, interest rate, on it goes. That will never stop. I've noticed this morning, though, pre-market, that Europe was under pressure today. Let's take a look at Europe now. I've got a 0.5 percentage point loss on London, 1% drop in Germany, 0.5% or so in France. The rest of the markets, 0.75 to 1.5%. Europe is lower today, but not utterly disastrous, but it is lower. There's no doubt of that. The Dow is down 38 points, 0.1 percentage point. This is a nothing burger. S&P 500 down 1 1/3 points. NASDAQ up 10 points. Not a lot going on there. Oil up 31 cents a barrel at 83.69 a barrel now, just ahead. 32 cents. Oil is at its upper level for the last few months at 83.70 a barrel, and this is July the 2nd. Normally, July 4th, the long weekend, is the highest consumption of gasoline in America. The numbers will be interesting next week when we find out, did Americans really consume as much fuel as expected or not? If Americans have not used up as much gasoline as thought, we are going to have an oversupply problem that could last right through the rest of July into August, which could crater oil prices by $10 a barrel, bringing it down to 70, 72. We're going to find out. I don't know. It's very possible that we run into this. We'll see how this plays out. Welcome to Misty Tree Woodcrafts. Welcome to Rogue Leader. Comical name. Welcome. These are the latest joiners or rejoiners for Gold Bagel level membership of this channel. Whitezilla, welcome to the channel. Chillin' with Uncle Bruce member. Powell's here, Gold Bagel member. 70X7 is a Gold Bagel member, new joiner. Thank you to Lordo Flaws. Thank you to Tom Kaufman. Thank you to Earl Highsmith. These folks have joined or have upgraded to become Gold Bagel level members. Saeed, thank you. Joshua, Eric, Renee, Dennis, Computer Whiz, David, Amir, Mike, Delica, Richard, Macaulay, BPCY, Alberto, as always. Alberto G, thank you, as always. Mikesco, Rico Shorts, Nicola, D, Techman, Jumper, and to Johnny. Thank you, all of you. Just some of the recent folks coming into this channel as either brand new members, first-time members, returning members, upgrading members, most becoming Gold Bagel followers of this channel. This has been a trend here the last 3 months that has been kind of kicking in and just churning along. More folks joining in, learning to become option writers, because you're figuring out that the American dream that you've been given, the Canadian dream, the British dream, the German dream, the French dream, the Italian dream, the whatever dream you believe in, is not going to deliver the results that you're looking for to give you a serious shot at a decent retirement or a way to look after you, for you to look after your family the way you want to. This world is a changing world, and you have to find your answer, and you have to find your way to make it work for you. And for some of you, many of you here, no question, you figured it out. The answer is learning to bring in income from a side gig, and the side gig that can bring in cash, not assets, but cash, writing options. Whether you're using it to knock off credit cards, you're using it to fix a car, you're using it to restore your furnace again, get your air conditioning working, replace your stove, buy a new teapot, I don't know, whatever you need it for, helping one of your kids, buying yourself a new set of clubs, getting some shoes, buying, you got to go to a wedding. You got to go to a wedding, and you got to pick up some clothing and have enough money for the hotel and the gas and meals, and you need a couple of $1,000 for this. You want to go on a summer vacay with the kids, just you and your wife, you on your own. You want to repair your RV, to use your RV, whatever you need it for. You figured out, I got a side gig here. You know what, Bruce? Here's what I like about this side gig versus other side gigs. If I'm going to be an option writer, I need one of these. I happen to have one of these. This is really the good news for most of you. What you need to invest in, you already have it. You have one of these. You have a big-ass iPad, or not a big-ass, just a regular iPad. You've got a computer. You already have internet. You have what you need from that standpoint. You don't need to buy a stamping machine. You don't need to buy a printer. You don't need to buy some kind of equipment. You don't need to buy inventory. You don't need to buy a bunch of stamps. You don't need to learn how to make something. You don't need to host parties. You don't need to stay at home in your garage to make what it is you're making, or do it in your rec room, or in one of your bedrooms. You don't need to sit at home and watch something to make your money. You can go and do whatever you want to do and be wherever you want to be, because you're portable with your trading account. And theoretically, you can be in an RV for a long weekend like July the 4th, or go on a 2-week trip with your, go camping with your tent trailer, or get in the car, take a flight, whatever. And you can manage your investment portfolio. In Canada, RSPs. In the US, it's 401ks, what have you. You can do this anywhere you happen to go within your state, within your country, your province, within the planet. It doesn't matter. 24/7, you can monitor your capital. And all you're doing is working money to make money. That's the other thing. You're not working inventory and trying to turn it into something. You're not locked into your house because the orders come in for your widget, and you now have to pack so many widgets and put labels on them and get them to the post office, or call the FedEx person or the UPS person to come and get them and take them away. You don't have to do that from a location. You are not location bound and trapped in your production facility for whatever it is you're flogging. You are portable. You are digital. You can go anywhere to do what you want to do in your life, to visit who you want to visit or not visit. Sometimes you got to visit people you don't want to visit. You are completely portable, and you are completely liquid at all times, because you are working money to make money. You're doing what the very, very, very wealthy are doing, either personally or hiring people to do for them, at your level, at your micro level, and you don't have to be in your house to do it. This is the big chain breaker. This is the get the handcuffs off. You can go wherever you want to do this, anytime you want to do this. Now, look, you want to spend 3 months in Greece this year. You want to spend 3 months in Latvia, Estonia. You want to go to Eastern European countries where it's much cheaper to vacation and to enjoy life. Or you've got relatives. You have friends and relatives in Europe that you haven't seen in years. You're going to get free accommodation, cheap accommodation, much lower cost accommodation, to be with friends and relatives and family, because you will welcome them to your home when they come to you, and they welcome you to their home when you go to them. You are in business, baby. You are not stopping your income flow because you're on a holiday somewhere. You've got internet. You've got this. You're in business, and you're here to make money. This is your side gig. Welcome to the option writing family. This is the massive advantage of being an option writer. You're bringing cash in to start the trade, and you're giving a little bit back to close out the trade. Thank you all for popping through here. What can I say? What else is going on here? Mandu number 5, 139 thumbs up. Good morning, everybody. Brian, it's interesting to see your thumbs up numbers. For the past month or so, with GameStop madness, you were hitting 200 before the market even opened. Don't worry, I'm not leaving. It's interesting how people come and go, right? Corinne, 341, thank you. Brian, why is Tesla up? Seems like the news that came out is bad news. Or the news that is following the CEO of Uber. Brian, so the actual bad news about the company doesn't matter because Elon is following a CEO from Uber. What the heck is that all about? Stephen, I have a flip phone. My wife has been pressing me to buy a smartphone for a couple of years. I am reluctant to change with the times. I don't know what to say. I know what I want to say, but I'm not going to say it. Let's put it this way. Maybe your wife is right. Happy wife, happy life. But, Brian, by the rumor, Tom Kaufman I did a 180.85 credit spread last Friday. I received a $1.80, closed today for 50 cents. Not a bad profit for a couple of days. I suspect, Tom, you did this on Tesla, right? Yes, there it is. On Tesla. I told you guys, begged you the last several weeks, if you're going to do credit spreads on Tesla, stayed well the hell back of Tesla. And Tom, you did it exactly right. Look, you can look at Tom Kaufman's trade and think to yourself, okay, he did a $5 credit spread on Tesla. Those are puts because he's under the market. He did a $5 credit spread on Tesla. He received a $1.80. Well, you know what? He put up $500 of his money to do one of these, or he put up $5,000 to do 10 of these, or he put up $50,000 to do 100 of these, whatever the number. But for every $500 he put up, he got paid $180 the minute he did this trade. So he's now sitting on $680 in his account the moment he pulled off that credit spread trade. He folded his arms. This morning, the stock went up, and it's up $14 a share right now. Tesla's up $14. Rightly, wrongly, it doesn't matter. He doesn't own a single share of Tesla in this example right here. He doesn't own any stock whatsoever. He just bought them back for 50 cents. So he closed his spread out for a 50-cent give back. He kept $1.30, which means he kept 26% gain on this trade. Because when you make $1.30 on a $500 investment, that's 26%. In a couple of days, okay? It didn't take him a year. It didn't take him 2 years. It took 2 or 3 trading days. That was it. This is the kind of money I am talking about people can make around here. If Tom had done 10 of these spreads, he would have put up $5,000 and he would have been paid $1,800 in credit. He would have given $500 back, kept the $1,300. $5,000 would have made him $1,300. Is that a life changer? No. Does it make him a millionaire? No. Does it improve his finances? Yeah. Is it a nice return on his money? Yeah. Could he right now turn around and write a new credit spread on Tesla again? The answer is yes. He certainly could consider that. He could look into writing another credit spread at maybe a higher price per share, but not very much higher. Maybe he'll move into the 200, 195 neighborhood. And having just closed out this spread for 50 cents, he can take on a new credit spread at $10 higher, $15 higher, bringing him a $1.80, $2 credit. Maybe he'll write a 195, 190, or a 200, 195 that expires a week or two later than the one he just did, bringing in a $1.80 for every $500, $1,800 for $5,000, $3,600 for $10,000. How much money have you got that you want to risk on a trade? Tom can decide for himself how much risk he wants to put on any trade, on any stock at any time he wishes without owning a single share of stock. This is the advantage of being an option writer. He is saying to the world, I don't want to own Tesla stock necessarily because I don't know what direction this thing's going to go. The stock tells me the direction it wants to go today. It wants to go up. It's up $15. It's telling me that. Well, I might take on a 195, 190, or 200 with a 195 credit spread trade. That's good until this Friday, next Friday, the Friday after that, the Friday after that. But for $500, I want a return of so much money. He's shopping the option chain for the next trade. That's what option writers do. They shop the option chain, the prices of all the contracts that are constantly changing all the time with the stock, to pick off the next credit spread. And all he's saying is, I want to be way behind the stock. I don't want to be too close to the campfire. Maybe I'll stay at 185, 180, but I'll go a week further out in time. Let the time give me the extra cash. I'll give the market another week or two of time to do what it wants to do, but I'll take the spread off the street. Thank you very much. For some of you, you'll say, Bruce, you know what? I want a $10 spread instead of a $5 spread here. I want that put that I buy to be even further out of the money than closer. More power to you as well. It's a question of what's your risk tolerance level? How long do you want the position to be out there for? What kind of credit spread do you want? This is all doable on one of these. This is all doable anywhere these work. And there's very few places where these don't work for this type of business. That's what I'm trying to get to you as well. You're not locked into your house when you do this kind of work. This is exciting stuff. I love it. Tom, congratulations. I love this. What else is going on here? Susan Shops, it's a late start here for me. 144 thumbs up for Bruce. Have I missed anything? Thoughts on GameStop and SoFi? Anybody? What's going on? Alberto, egg salad on everything. Dark toasted bagel, Bruce. That's what you want today. Splair, yesterday was 180. Yesterday was 180 with me, almost at the same time. Now it's 145, but more viewers. Thumbs ups. Thank you. Bobby, put spread yesterday on Tesla, 185, 180, July 26th. I received 103. I just bought them back for 41 centinos. Here's another example right here. These trades are so small that some of you go, this guy's channel is a waste of time. He's telling his viewers that they can sell something for $103 credit, and then they buy it back for $41 credit. They're making $62. There's no money in this business. You can do 1,000 of these at a time. You can do 500 of these at a time. You can do 100 of these at a time. There's money in them there hills. What do you think these top hedge funds are doing? They're doing tens of thousands of these contracts all the time. They take pennies and turn them into dollars. A double D, Uncle Bruce, correct me if I'm wrong. I sold GameStop calls for $27 strike price, ending this Friday. If it's not at $27, if the shares are under $27, I don't have to do anything. The option ends and I keep the cash. Yeah, that's right. Whatever you got for that contract, whatever you got is in your account and has been since you sold those contracts. The stock's 23.33 right now, and on Friday they're not 27.01 or higher. This contract has zero value. Right now it's worth nothing except time. What is your contract trading for right now? Is it trading at a dime, 20 cents, 15 cents? I mean, theoretically, you could buy it back right now for 10 cents, maybe. I don't know. What's it trading at? You could turn right around and write another $27 contract for next Friday. Buy the one back for this Friday and write the other one for next Friday. Now, I don't know how much more you'll get for it. Is it worth your while? Can you get an extra 20, 30 cents a share out of the thing? I don't know. You got to take a look at the option trade, the option chain to double check that. According to what I see right now, a July 5, $27 call, last I saw was 36 to 38 cents a share at the moment. July the 12th expiry, the week after, it's $1 to $1.13. So if you buy back your call for 30 cents and sell this new one for $1.10, you'll bring in 80 cents more in cash for the same strike price for just another week longer if you do it today, right now. Is it worth your while? Maybe it is, maybe it's not. On the other hand, if you buy back your call right now in this 30, 35 cent range, you could write a call for next Friday for $25 instead of $27. And instead of bringing in a 110, you could bring in a $1.35, $1.45. $2 lower strike, though. Do you want to do that? Do you want to write maybe a $30 call for next Friday and get 78 cents, buy one back for 30, sell this one for, say, 78, get 48 cents more, and lift the strike price by $2? You could do that. You could go out to July 19th, the third Friday of the month, the most active month, the most active trade week. You could go to 25s and get $2 for those, 205, 210. You could write 27s for a buck 65, buy back at 30, sell at 165 for 2 weeks out. Same strike price, or go all the way to 30 if you want and haul in a buck 30, 35 for a $30 contract instead of a $27 contract. Bring in an extra dollar and lift your strike by 3 for 2.5 weeks from now. You have got the best of everything right now being handed to you on a silver platter. As an option writer, I don't know how many of these you've written. If you've written 10 of these, you can buy these back for $300, $350 right now. You can turn around right now and haul in anywhere from $500 more, $1,000 more, $1,500 more, $2,000 more, depending on how far forward you want to go, what strike price you want to use. If you're doing 50 of these, you got 5,000 shares of GameStop, you could buy these back for $1,500, turn right around and write a $2 call for $10,000 additional dollars. You're going to net out $8,500 now for a 2-week time frame. Fold your arms and say, I dare you to take me out at $30. Come and get me. I dare you to come and get me on the third Friday of this month. I got the money. I got the $8,500 additional dollars in my account. Come on, I'm up here at 30. Come, 23, 27. Come on and get me. This is an option writer's dream scenario. Every one of you should be doing this. Every single one of you should be looking at this going, this is great. Oh, man, I love this game. Fun, isn't it? Bobby, $189 for less than 24 hours of my time. Thank you very much. Dude, nice. Way to go, Bobby. Richard, yes, Double D, Depeche. Nice, Bobby. Johnny, Uncle Bruce, would you consider a straddle on SoFi gambling at the moment? SoFi, I wouldn't be doing that. Brian, I'm sitting on a $26 cash secured put this Friday. I wrote it for $259. I'm folding my arms, engaged for the end of the week. Very short week. Lots of free time decay. Thursday, we're closed. So, yeah, deep value. Tesla also deployed a 9.4 million gigawatts of energy storage in second quarter, which was their highest quarterly deployment ever. Interesting. Brian, deep value. Elon said energy production was going to be their biggest revenue avenue and happening fast. This is great. The amount of energy needed for crypto trading and for AI development, Tesla is going to clean up on this area, no doubt about it. Brian, so they do cars, energy, robots, flamethrowers, rockets, satellites. Am I missing anything here? Yeah, they are very diversified, and they're the future. They are the future. Yes, it's crazy. Very impressed, says the value of the options. Again, those of you in the option writing business, or you're wanting to get into the option writing business, I cannot tell you, for all of you out there, I can't tell you how many times when I have one-on-ones, people tell me, oh yeah, I've been a shareholder of GameStop since 2021. I still have this stuff. Never sold it. I've kept it. It's split 4 for 1. I got all my stock. I've been nibbling it up whenever it was cheap. I got 3,000 shares. I got 5,000 shares. I have 7,000 shares. I got 9,000 shares. And I'm sitting here going, and you're not writing? You're not writing contracts. Well, that's your whole plan? You can't be serious. You cannot be serious. This is John McEnroe here. You can't be serious. You have got to be writing contracts on this stock. You've got to make this stock pay you for holding it. You've got to be rewarded for being such a loyal shareholder. The company gives you nothing. They will give you nothing for holding that stock. Ryan Cohen is writing you for free. You've got to be paid for holding this stuff. Write out of the money contracts. Take in $2, take in $3, take in $5, take dollars off the table from the gamblers who are out there who don't know what they're doing, and take this money. Buy more stock if you want, pay off credit card bills if you want, pay your rent or mortgage if you want. I don't care what you do with the money. I don't care. But you got to take the money. You can't not take this money. Even at $23.30 a share, you have to be writing contracts. This is handing you free money. No government's going to give this to you. It's unbelievable. Anyway, this is fun. This is fun. This is fun, fun, fun. Brian, so close 23.24 on GameStop. Hit me. I want more shares. Deep Value. I think both their superchargers work off solar and they sell solar roofs and panels. Tesla is an energy producer. They help people produce energy from the roofs of their houses. If you think that energy prices are going to go lower in the next decade, you're fooling yourself. You're out of your mind. Energy costs, electric energy prices are going to skyrocket. Why is that? Because traditional forms of making electricity are being outlawed in many countries around the world. You're not going to be able to use coal anymore. You can't burn oil anymore. You're not going to be allowed to just produce a natural gas form of electricity. It's going to have to come from solar and wind energy, and that means it's going to be more expensive. It's cleaner, but it's going to be more expensive. So if you're producing energy from your house, you're reducing your cost of living every year going forward, the next 10, 20 years of your life. You're going to reduce the cost of living in your household, making your house more valuable. Tesla is going to produce solar panels for homes and battery storage systems and all kinds of new ways of new neighborhoods being linked into a Tesla solar system that absorbs the sun's energy, stores it underground during the day, and uses it at night when the sun goes down. This is basic solar 101. This is so simple, and yet they get opposition everywhere up and down the line because guys like Warren Buffett, who own power companies, don't want they don't want Tesla to knock him off his perch. He wants to keep producing energy the old-fashioned way. In Virginia, West Virginia, and other states in the United States, they believe the good old way to produce energy is to take mountains and bulldoze them to nothing, grab the coal, burn it into the sky, and produce electricity, and just keep on doing it because we've got thousands of years of coal around here, and these mountains are no use to anyone anyway. There's the old 1700, 1800 way of doing things. These people are politically powerful. They have senators, they have congresspeople, they are politically powerful. The Teslas of the world and other solar companies of the world, including Chinese solar producers, are going, what do we have to do to convince mankind to just take the star that we're going around all the time, use the star up there as our power source to power all of our needs? There is more energy coming from the sun every minute on the planet than the planet could use for a year. We don't absorb it. We just let it go. We actually put cream on our skins to not absorb it, to protect ourselves. That's how powerful that stuff is up there. That energy source coming down here can be used for everything we're about. It just blows my mind. Deserts of the world could have water sources delivered to them from the energy of the sun that actually makes the ground dry. It just blows my mind. You can drill down enough to bring water up, and you can purify the water to grow plants in the middle of the Sahara Desert from the sun's power that is shining down for free. Unbelievable. This is such old technology, 100 years old, 50 years old, and yet we have countries fighting each other over territory when this solar thing up there can make mankind's world a whole different world. How dumb are we? We're dumb. We are really dumb. What can I say? Do the best I can with what little I have. What can I say? Our nobody SoFi options are stuck right now. Any thoughts on covered calls on the stock? I wouldn't write any covered calls on SoFi. I don't know if I have to keep repeating myself. Brian, I love how the leader of AB doesn't want solar panels or any other new projects for renewables. She thinks, in the winter or nighttime when there are storms, no one will have power. Brian, I guess she doesn't know about batteries. If there's no sun, use wind and hydro. Deep Value, we need solar cities. Our nobody, I'm in at 728. Brian, I saw a video of the company making solar panels that are so clear They could be windows. Could you imagine all windows and roofing being solar panels? It's coming. There's no question about it. The advancement of solar. If you actually believe that solar is going to continue to look like it's looked in the last 30, 40 years, your head's in the sand. You're not paying attention. The incredible future of solar is just on everything. There's going to be a time where this is a solar panel for my phone, and the light bulb in my house will power this thing. The light bulb will be powered by the solar panels on the roof and the battery systems from the sun. This everything we are about, everything we're doing can be, could be, and eventually will be powered by the sun itself, which means we don't need petroleum to power our vehicles or trucks or trains. We don't need nuclear power for anything. Absolutely redundant. The only use for uranium that we'll have is to blow each other to smithereens. That's the only use it's going to be good for. And there will be those leaders of the world who think we have to have more nuclear weapons than anybody else so that no one will bother us. And yet the sun is going to shine in the most remote parts of the world like it does now. And no matter where in the world you are, you'll be able to harness it and live a very happy life. But hey, politicians don't get elected on that. They get elected on fear. And so let's blame someone else for all of our problems. Unbelievable. What can I say? There will be a time your car windows and your roof and your hood, the hood of your car, the trunk, the side panels will all be solar panels. They won't look like them. They'll look like cars look like now. The entire vehicle is a solar cell. That's all. And whether it's cloudy or not, it doesn't matter. Even cloudy weather, there's enough photons coming through to power the vehicle up. This is the advancement that's coming. Solar panels that you see now on rooftops, they've gone from 100 watts to 200 watts to 300 watts to 500 watts. Down the road, you're going to see 10,000 watt solar panels. A solar panel that used to generate 100 watts of electricity will generate 10,000 solar watts. And every house in the neighborhood will only need a couple of them on the roof to power the entire house. Anything above and beyond that will be sold into the grid. There will be solar farms outside of cities like you see now with thousands of solar panels powering half the city instead of 1/10 of the city or 5% of the city or 1% of the city. This is coming. It's only time. It's research. It's happening. Count on it. No one thought that a 350 cubic inch V8 engine would be surpassed by a 4-cylinder turbo diesel engine for performance. No one thought that cars would have 200 horsepower out of a 4-cylinder motor when in 1973 the Barracuda had 240 horsepower, 300 horsepower, and virtually no torque of any kind. It's been unbelievable the difference between muscle cars of the 70s and 60s compared to the incredible power of modern day vehicles, still gasoline engines. That's been unbelievable. But now with electric, an engine on each wheel controlled by a computer system for traction and torque and steering capability, blowing cars out of the water completely. But there are those who don't want to join the future. They want to stay in the good old days. It is what it is. The end game, though, just like with options, the clock never stops. It keeps running, and the changes are coming. Dude, Elon is tweeting that Tesla will go to 30 trillion by 2030. So that may be adding a bit of enthusiasm for the stock. Deep value, I can't even imagine Tesla in 2030. They'll never stop innovating. There you go. What can I say, kids? It is what it is. The future's the future. We're up 17 on Tesla today. I think we're a bit overpriced. So I'd stay well behind it. But hey, there's dollars to be made with Tesla doing what it's doing. There's dollars to be handed to you by doing credit spreads on GameStop. There are dollars being handed to you doing credit spreads on Google, on Amazon, on Apple, and on Microsoft, NVIDIA shares, name it, the SPYs, the triple Qs. If you are conservative enough, you can make easy money from this incredibly insane stock market that is stacked against almost all players. Do what the very wealthy are doing. The only difference between those of you who are writing 5 contracts at a time, 3 at a time, 1 at a time, is that the very, very wealthy are doing tens of thousands of contracts at a time over dozens of positions at the same time through different strikes, different expiries, all at the same time. They've hired people who have very powerful computers and incredibly good software to be into multiple levels of option writing strategies all over the market. I'm just trying to get you to do one credit spread on one stock for this Friday, next Friday, the Friday after that. That's all I'm trying to get you to do. We're talking ground floor basics that the very wealthy will look at you and go, "Oh, you're writing 3 credit spreads on Tesla, and you made 70 cents a spread in 3 days." You know what they're going to say to you? That's pretty good. That's well done. Because I pay people millions of dollars a year to do this for me, to tens of thousands of contracts at a time. That's how I have this 200-foot yacht in Monaco. That's how I do it. You've got a house in suburbia somewhere, and you're building a portfolio on your own, in your home, to the point where you're going to be doing this right from here on your own for years, and you're going to build yourself a pretty nice little life. I commend you, because there are millions of people like you that will never do it and will stay working in their cubicles or in those skyscrapers or whatever they're doing for the rest of their lives. As a super wealthy person, they're going to go, "We know that. I'm very well aware of that." That you are taking the opportunity to learn how options work and to do this from your own home or in your RV, or you're traveling full time already. In the first year of doing this, you quit your day job, you dumped all kinds of stuff off, put it in storage, and you escaped from this 9 to 5 world that you never thought there was an exit from. Never in a million years did you think you could slow travel the planet for 2 or 3 years and see it. You never thought it possible. And when you come home, or at the end of the quarter, end of the year, end of the month, you always have more money in your account than when you started with. You're still growing your wealth while seeing the world from another angle. Well done. They're gonna commend you. They're gonna go, "You know what? You're one of the few," because you are one of the few, very few, that do this. Welcome to the channel, kids. There are 259 people here right now. There are not 2.5 million people here right now who could be doing this and could be changing the world and their world completely. Not happening, because it takes work. You got to study. You got to get someone's classes somewhere. You got to learn how to do this from somewhere. You've got to figure out how options work somehow, somewhere, some way, from somebody that will guide you through it. Maybe what I do, the way I do it, is the way it works for you. Maybe that's it. And I hope I am. I really do. I know I am, actually, for many of you already. I know that. I'm not being arrogant. I already know since 2021, there have been people taking my classes who have told me in no uncertain terms, "You, sir, have changed my life completely." I can't believe that what I was doing in 2020, 2021, and what I'm doing today in 2024, there's no similarity to my world. And my attitude towards the investment world and the world is completely different. Oh my God, it might change. Oh, it's different. Well done. Those of you who've picked up the classes the last few days, the last few weeks, the last few months, welcome to the party, pal. You've only just begun. You're scratching the surface. Do not think you know everything. You don't. If you're already making 5 or 10,000 a month doing option writing, you still know jack squat. I'm telling you, you know nothing. You've only just started. It's okay. It's great. This is a nice beginning. We are going from here a ways yet. As long as I can keep going, we'll keep going. Oh, so much fun. What else is going on? Luca, I closed my 4th successful iron condo in a row on SMCI. All weeklies, another 250 euros in the bag. Now, NVIDIA, please stay above 120. Richard, so I can buy more. BP says, we can buy more, says Richard. Splayer, GameStop trying another climb. Brian, wow, 220 Tesla. I bet Alberta is rolling right now. Brian, sorry, 228. Dude, SoFi's at the mercy of the algorithm now. Asymmetric trading. Hector, I've been a member for 35 months on this man's channel. 35 months. Why would Hector be here for 35 months? Because he's losing money? I don't think so. I don't think Hector's losing money. I don't think that's why he's here. They short the stock to sell. Premium says, dude, we're at 23.48 on GameStop, 229.50 on Tesla, up 19.60 a share. Chewy down $1.30. We got Google down 16 cents at the moment. Welcome to the party, pal. The Dow's down 15 points, and I got viewers making all kinds of money here with the Dow down 15 points. How does that happen? How does it happen that the very, very wealthy can fly around the world in private jets that are worth anywhere from $5 million to $85 million each? How is that possible that people can do that? They write options. They have people writing it for them. Luca, making up for the few dollars I lost, being a little overzealous. Learning my lesson. Here we go. Juan, I started listening to you this January, and the rest is history, my friend. Thank you for all your wisdom, and we would be fools if we didn't exercise it. There you go, my friend. I don't pay people to do this. They just say it. They just say it. There are 260 people hearing me read that message, not 2.6 million. They don't know. 2.6 million people out there could really use this information, could really go, what is it with these guys? Why does this little channel keep existing? Why does this guy keep staying on the air with only 260 people watching him? He doesn't have 2.6 million people watching him. He's never going to be famous. He's going to walk down the street. No one's going to recognize this guy. Why does he do this? You know why I do this. I make a living doing this. I make a living making people richer. That's what's happening around here, and I'm happy to do it because I love the results you guys are getting. Tesla's up $20 a share, says Deep Value. Yep, $20, $229.95. All of you writing credit spreads on Tesla. Happy times, happy days. Stay well behind this thing, well behind. There's volatility building here. Be careful. Anyway, Google 184.46 down 3 cents. Chewy down $1.30. GameStop up 6 cents. SoFi 632 down 11 cents. That's all it is. It's down 11. So what? 9.2 million. SoFi will come. It'll happen. SoFi will explode. It's going to take place. It's not a time to be doing option writing. The only option work you want to do is writing cash secured puts. That's all you want to do on SoFi. Really what you want to do is just whatever nickels and dimes you got lying around, just buy it up. Just buy the stock. Put it away, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. You'll be glad later on. There are viewers on this channel who are going to retire very comfortably in their 40s and their 50s and their 60s and their 70s, very comfortably, just because of SoFi. Just because. And they're just sitting there folding their arms, and they're doing option writing over here, and they're throwing a few bucks into the SoFi over there and piling it up and piling it up. You'll be well compensated for your loyalty to the stock. It's all right. It'll be all fine. Thank you all so much for being with me today. AI has come back to 28.63. Isn't it funny how AI runs? It runs and it backs off. It runs. It got up to 29.37. It's now 29.63. It's not a big range today, but it's kind of come back. The Dow's down 24. GameStop is up a nickel, up a penny, up a nickel, up a penny. SoFi down 12 cents. NVIDIA down 283, Rocket Lab up 3, Matterport up a penny. We got SM Supermicro up $24. We've got Adobe up $3.40 a share, Uber down $1.44. We've got Apple up $2.27 a share. We got Tesla up 1966. We have Enphase up 45 cents. Talk about a power company. Netflix is up 98 cents a share. It is what it is. Advanced Micro, AMD, 157.29, down 40 cents. Taking good care of Luca all over again. Way to go, Luca. You're figuring it out. Bit by bit, you're putting it together. Just a little here, a little there. You do not need to make 5,000 euros on one contract trade. You can make 5,000 euros, 250 here, 400 here, 300 here, 500 here, 100 here, 200 here. Just volume it up. Just volume it up, and it'll take care of you phenomenally, and you will never work again. It is just however you want to work it. It's okay. Giddy up, everybody. Isn't this fun? Dude, so I've done well selling calls. I got 9s right now that are shrinking out. Savage of Wall Street, good morning, my fellow simpletons and degenerates. Welcome to you, sir. We're still running along here, trying to make a go of it. We're down 11.5 on the Dow. We got GameStop at 23.41. 631 on SoFi, Nvidia down 294, and people are making money around here. Giddy up, everybody. Well done, taking the cash. Tesla up $20, $230. Anyone out there writing 170, 180 cash secured put trades? You're doing well. Very, very well. Keep up the good work. Lovely, lovely stuff. Always taking the money off the table from the gamblers. Just grab this stuff. Nicely done. There you have it. That's the story. I'm sticking to it. Kids, thank you for joining me today. Thank you for your memberships of this channel. Hector, thank you for this. Always letting people know how long you've been here. I love you guys when you do this stuff. Thank you for those of you upgrading your memberships. Those of you watching on the rerun, thanks for the thumbs ups today. Appreciate these thumbs ups. Keep them coming if you can, everybody. We're trying to get to 200 plus every day, if at all possible. I hope that's doable. We're at 166 thumbs ups. A lot of people too busy making money to hit the thumbs up button. It's okay. It is what it is. I don't take it personally, but I cry in the corner. 166 thumbs ups. What can I say? Jen and I want to pass our love on to all of you. Keep up the good work. I'll be here tomorrow, the 3rd of July, and we'll stay on top of these markets for you and see if you guys can get richer. Those of you who need help with your classes, you let me know, and I'll get you set up with the links you need. Congratulations to all those of you who are taking the classes. Way to step up and start taking money from the gamblers. Well done. Become a casino and learn this gig. Don't get frustrated or flustered if it doesn't happen overnight. This is a new gig entirely from what you're used to. You've got to buy into the program, the entire program. Thanks again. For those of you who are interested in getting all the classes in one shot, well, let me know. I'll be more than happy to guide you through that. But in the meantime, we'll keep pounding away here, one step at a time. Grab class number 1, grab class number 2. You'll start learning how to write options that quickly, and then go from there. Get each class underneath your belt and learn how this is done. There are some dollars waiting for you that you can do whatever you want with. You might as well grab them because you only go around one time. And if you don't grab dollars today, I don't know. I don't know what to say. You can't not take this money. You've got to do it. They're handing it to you. Take the dough. Thank you all. Have a great rest of your session today out there. Good luck on your trades. Keep me posted, and we'll keep an eye on things from this end. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow as well. Savage, during the weekend, I bumped into a coworker. He saw me and gave me a big hug. I'm like, what's up, bro? Turns out he listened to me on Matterport and AI. He made some good dough, said he should have bought more. How about that? Every once in a while you get one of those. It's funny how and where it comes from. You never know when and how something like that goes. Thanks, Savage. Way to go, pal. Way to go. Nice going, pal. All right, kids. I will see you tomorrow for sure. And don't forget, tomorrow night, Primetime Live with Uncle Bruce for Gold Bagel members. So there you go. Savage, it made me feel good. The guy bought AI at like 24 and Matterport at like $2. Nice job. Yeah, he's going to do well. He's going to do very well. Way to go, kids. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning for sure. Have a great rest of your day out there. Thank you, Sandwich. You have a good one, too. And we'll see you next time from Calgary. Get richer. Neat. Don't forget. All right, see you. Bye for now.